Come on in, everyone. This is Jen with Jen's Den Art, and I am here live for In the Den with Jen number 5. Come on in. We are going to have a little fun today. I'll show you what's happening in the den. Love for you to say hello when you get here. Come on in, come on in. Hello, hello. I'm an acrylic artist. My name is Ginger LaCour. I am the owner of Jen's Den Art, and I am coming live today to share one of my projects with all of you that I have been working on. Hello, Miss Sandy. Hello, Cecile. Hello, Miss Yvonne. Come on in. So this is just going to be a quick tutorial giving you an update of what happens behind the scenes in Jen's Den Art on a regular basis. And I did want to mention to you that our mini den and our den, I have extended the deadline to join for another day. And because I knew I was coming live today, so I figured some of you still had some questions and would like to maybe join. So I've extended the day, one more day. You have one more chance to join us in our mini den or our den. Hello, Miss Cindy. Hi, Miss Christine. Yay, I'm glad you finally made the live as well, Christine. Glad you're here. Hello, Miss Judy. Glad you're here. Okay, so I wanted to share with you something that I'm working on that y'all don't want to see that. Y'all want to see this. Something that I've been working on for a while now, and it's been sitting in my little stash of unfinished projects. And so today we are going to work together to finish this piece up. This is an old piece. Oh, thank you, Miss Cecile. That's very nice. I'm sorry, I'm drinking my smoothie this morning. Okay, so this is an old piece that I was working on for a while, and I put it aside, and I really want to finish it. And you can see that I have the edges all taped up. It's been sitting here forever, and Cindy says she has one like this. Yay. So this is a piece that we had, was it last year or the year before? I don't even remember. We had a, what do we call it? A camp Wannacraft, okay, with the Fab Four. And one of the projects that we created as a compiled group was this piece here. I did the painting. Elizabeth Rhodes did glass and resin. Miss Tracy Creates did some napkinizing on it. And Create with Christy did some lettering, hand lettering on it. Okay, so this was the piece that I taught for the painting, and I never went ahead and finished any of the other pieces. And so I'm just going to finish it using acrylic paint. I'm not going to use the glass and resin and all of that kind of stuff. I'm just going to finish it as an acrylic art piece. Okay, so one of the things that I love is I left the pots with no flowers because their job was to put the flowers on it on their piece of the collaborative project. I think we did this last year, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint it using acrylic paint, and I'm going to finish it off as a final piece without having to add all of the other components that are not painting components. Okay, so one of my favorite types of flowers that I thought would be good to put on here would be maybe some pansies or something like that. So y'all give me some ideas. What do you think would be some good flowers to put in these two. And then we're also going to talk about what do we want to put on our little signs. What do we want to have our little signs say? So we'll go ahead and finish this off today. What do y'all think? Any ideas of what kind of flowers we should add? Pansies? I've actually never painted pansies before, so that would be a good challenge for me. So I see Miss Judy says she loves pansies. I love pansies too. Aren't they like a fall flower, if I'm not mistaken? And I figured, you know what? It's not going to be long. We're going to be looking at all of the fall stuff. So let's see. Let me find a picture of some pansies here. Oh, I like that. It's got like a lot of purples, container plants. Yeah, these are really good. So let me go with these. I'm just looking for a picture of some pansies and see what we can come up with. Pansies are beautiful. Let's see. Pansies. Oh, they have gold and purple. Ooh, I like the gold and purple ones. Those are pretty. I think that color would go really well right here. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, so that means I'm going to grab, you can grab like some purple paint, or you could do like me. I'm going to grab some ultramarine blue and let's see, some red, I put all of my paints up a little while ago. I was cleaning house. Cadmium red, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to make a purple with red and blue. All right, I'm going to make a purple with red and blue. And I'm just going to draw a little bit of what I'm going to go for here. I'm just going to use a piece of chalk. Okay, I just grabbed any color. And I'm looking at a couple of pansies here. And they've got a lot of petals. So I'm going to do something like that. Let's do another one right here. I'm going to kind of fill this up. I like that one. Let's do another one over here. I'm just kind of giving myself a guide as where am I putting these pansies, basically. Maybe I'll move this one over just a tad. Let's go a little bit out this way. Like that. Maybe one more right here. I'm just basically making like 3 little circles together. I like that. Let's see how that's going to work out. Okay, so we're going to start with that and then we'll go from there. I'm looking at a picture of a really, really vibrant purple and gold. So I'm going to grab a filbert brush. Y'all know I love filbert brushes, okay? And I'm going to grab some red and blue. And I'm going to make a really pretty purple. I'm just going to start. This is a really dark purple. I'm just going to start with the outline with my dark colors in here. And I might want to go even more vibrant than this because these purples are really deep. You might want to get something a little more. So my filbert brush is a good brush to make those rounded edges that I'm making right now. And let me see if I have a different, yes, I have a really beautiful, deep Prism Violet color. So let's see what that's going to do. This is almost the same color, but it's got a little more. Oh, that's pretty. See, those are the things I like to do. I like to buy the paints and the tubes already, already the color they're supposed to be because they're so pretty. They're already mixed for you, you know, and that's a lot of fun. So I'm just working on getting that outer layer, which is a really dark purple color. Okay, I like that so far. And I'm going to clean that off. And let's talk about this one. We're going to let that dry for a minute. Let's talk about this one. What do y'all want to do? Let's see. I haven't painted flowers in a long time, so I'm actually kind of excited about this. Yeah, the glass vases came out really good, didn't they? Having a blast with all my tube paints. Yay, Miss Lisa, I'm so glad. Yes, so if you did not know, and if this is your first time watching, we have an acrylic 101. I just finished. I'm just going to take a break from my painting for a second. I just finished teaching a 10-day free challenge called Acrylic 101. And it takes you through all of the basics of acrylic painting. And I will put the link in the comments right here for you in case you want to go join that group. HTTPS. Let me see. Facebook.com/groups/acrylic 101. The group is free to get in, and it is a 10-day art challenge starting from the basics of acrylic painting. Okay, I'm drinking a smoothie, y'all, if y'all were wondering. I'm hungry and I'm on a diet and this is my lunch. So I'm trying to like this is my noon snack. So if y'all are wondering what I'm doing. So there you go. That's what's happening there. It's a chocolate smoothie with bananas and I don't know, some kind of keto blended smoothie thing. It's not working so far, but we're trying. You like my t-shirt? I'm going to be selling Jen's Den art t-shirts pretty soon, but I'm also working on a special art t-shirt only for Den members that I started working on actually today. And so that's coming. That's going to be a surprise. I was going to do a live with it today, but I'm not ready to expose the design that I'm working on. So hello, Miss Glenda. Oh, y'all are so nice. And Miss Judy says, Acrylic 101 was wonderful. It teaches everything. Yes, absolutely. Beginner or seasoned painters. It definitely does. So let's go back to our painting here and let's look at what we're doing. I like what we have so far with our pansies. I'd like to know your opinion. What do y'all want to do here? What do y'all want to do on this one? Okay. Any ideas? Do y'all want to do something different or do you want to do just pansies on both of them? What do y'all want to do? I have some more yellows out here. You really like this painting? Thank you, Miss Jean. All right, so we're finishing it up, adding flowers. A geranium. Miss Cecile, I was thinking about a geranium too. I love geraniums. That's one of my favorite flowers as well. I think we're going to do, you know what? I'm going to go with something magenta. Yes, I love it. Maybe geraniums, like a pink or a peach or something like that on this side, I think that will go really good with the yellow. It's kind of like a pale yellow background. And so, of course, that's why I chose the purple, is because, you know, if you learned in my Acrylic 101 course, if you have a background that's a yellow, the complementary color to yellow is purple. So we're using some purple on this side to kind of make the flowers pop and show up really good in front of this this pale yellow background. So I'm going to put a second layer of my purple because my purple is actually kind of transparent. Y'all can see how transparent it is. And I'm going to come in here and we're going to add kind of like a goldish. Now you see this is not even showing. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not even showing purple. So this is what I'm going to do to fix that. I'm going to take some white. Let me find my white paint. I just ran out of white paint in one of my tubes, so I have to get my new. Here we go. This is a huge tube that I have just hanging around here. I'm going to take some of this white paint and put it on my palette right there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to layer that a little bit more to help me. And I'm going to grab some white and put some white in here first. And that's going to help get rid of that. And what was happening is because my purple or my violet is so transparent, it's just like it's dying into the green leaves behind it. So if I come in here and I wake it up by putting a layer, almost like a primer, I'm just using some white. And you do that a lot with red as well. When your red gets hidden behind whatever color it's behind, you can first put white and then come back with your, I'm going to let it dry just a minute. And then we'll come back with our other layers that we're going to do. So I'm going to let that dry now. And I know I didn't use like just solid white. I already had purple on my paintbrush, but that's okay. So let's look. I'm going to just Google a picture of a geranium. Okay. And the first geraniums that come up on my feed are the red geraniums, but I think I'm going to go with a little bit more of like a hot pink kind of geranium. So we are going to, I'm going to grab my magenta, like a medium magenta, a light magenta. And then here I have a deep quinacridone magenta. So I'm going to try those two. And they're both semi-opaque. So because I'm looking at them and I'm seeing that they're semi-opaque, I'm going to add a little bit of white to them, because if I don't, the same thing is going to happen. Semi-opaque, semi-transparent. It's kind of like the same. And I'm going to add this deep magenta and the light magenta on my palette here. And I'm going to actually use the same paintbrush. Okay. And I'm going to take my piece of chalk, just like I did before. I'm going to kind of make myself, I like this one right here. Okay, I'm going to kind of make myself a few little, this is where one little fluff is going to go. I'm going to do another one right here. And I'm just going to do 3. I'm going to do another one right here. That should be good. Okay, so I'm going to take a tad bit of white and a little bit of this magenta. And I'm just going to start making some little small, little bitty teeny circles. Now they're going to be messy. I'm not trying to make them look perfect. You know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that my style is more of the, I'm almost making them look like hydrangeas, huh? My style is more of the impressionistic style. I don't like to make a lot of details. So, and then we also need to think about what, I'm going to go back to this. Can you show us how you painted the bottles? I like that look. I can probably do that like on another live, another day. Yes. They are super fun, aren't they? They look really good. I want to do something like this in the painting membership as well, because I don't think we've done anything similar to this, have we? Let's go here. I'm just kind of make it, you'll see how I'm just turning my paintbrush around and around and around, making those little magenta spots all over. I like these colors. It really makes the painting pop with the colors we have. So your geraniums have a lot of little mini flowers that make like a little poofy ball. If you don't know what geraniums look like, you can look it up. So that's why I'm making all of these little bitty petals, because that's kind of the formation that a geranium makes. Okay. We're going to have to do a couple of layers on here. Oops. Because my paint is definitely showing through. So far, so good. We've never done anything like this, Miss Janet. Well, then we need to put it on our list of paintings to do, something similar to this, because this was from another event that I was participating in. All right, so I'm going to let this dry for a minute. We're going to put another layer on that. Now I'm going to go back over here. So I'm going to look back up. I'm going to go to my pansies, and I'm going to find my, okay, so the pansies that I'm looking at have purple and gold, kind of like the LSU pansies. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of that gold color into the pansies. And I'm using a cadmium yellow light. And I'm going to pull, this is the first layer. I'm using cadmium yellow light and white, because I want to kind of make that center of my pansies have a really bright yellow look. I'm still using the same paintbrush, y'all. I did not switch it out. I'm so glad I'm working on this. I've been wanting to work on this painting forever. Okay. And I'm going to pull in some cadmium yellow medium because I want to grab a little bit of a darker yellow. Here it is. Okay, a little bit of a darker gold because that's, or yellow. Whoa, I almost fell off of my chair. That's not quite dark enough for me. So there we go. That's better. Yeah, okay, so I'm using a cad yellow medium. You see the difference in those colors there? I feel like I left one of my petals out right here. I see my chalk mark, so I'm going to come back and make another petal right there. A little bit of white. There we go. And then I'm going to make this even darker right on the edge. I'm using a dark or a deep violet. That's the color that I'm pulling in right now. It's called Deep Violet. Okay, that's looking better. I'm going to bring in a little bit of blue. So we're going to add kind of like a periwinkle. This is an ultramarine blue that I'm adding to my deep violet. And I'm going to pull that in just a little bit. On the edges, kind of like my third color. I really need to let that other color dry before I start making my mess. So I'm basically layering these different colors together. I have the really deep purple first on the outer layer. And then the next layer in is like almost like a periwinkle. It's blue and purple. And then you have your gold coming through. And then we're also going to add another layer on the center in just a minute. So we're going to take a break on these, let those dry. And then you know how the center of your pansies are going to be super dark, like almost like a maroon blackish color. We're going to also do this. Okay. I paint very detailed, but I'm wanting to learn more impressionistic painting. Yeah, I love the impressionistic style. It's really hard for me I've noticed that I'm taking courses with someone who is even more impressionistic than myself. And it is very, very difficult for me to loosen up to the level that his artwork is loose. I keep going back to that tightness. So I understand. I do. I really get it. It is very difficult to learn how to do it. And I think just the more I watch and the more I pay attention to his brush strokes, the more I'm going to realize, what I need to let go of, because I'm obviously not letting go of something. I have the same trouble because I want to get even looser in my work. So, because I feel like I said, I just feel like I'm too tight sometimes. I really want to get a little looser. I catch myself sometimes. It's very temperamental. I will say this, at least in my life and the way that my painting works. Some days it's like, wow, I can't believe I did that. And then other days I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go back to bed and wake up again because I don't know. I just can't do it today. I don't know if y'all have experienced that, but I go up and down and up and down. And of course, I struggle with anxiety and depression. So I have mood situations sometimes. And you notice that in your work when you're working. Some days it works great and some days it just doesn't work. And you just have to fight through that, because painting is not, to me, it's a challenge every time I sit down painting. And that's what I love about it. That is exactly what I love about it. So the more you paint, the more you will realize that today is a good day. Just like if someone were, when I was young, I was an athlete and I ran track. And some days I could run 3 miles and your body just tells you, oh, I feel good today. Everything's going good. I can run forever. And other days it's like, oh my gosh, I can't even run a mile or walk even. Today I'm exhausted. I just don't feel like it. Or, something happened that triggers this mood with you that makes things a little more difficult. So know that, Stella, stop. Know that that is very, very normal to go through those different stages. So yeah, we all deal with that. We all understand, but you just have to learn how to fight through it and just keep going. Just keep going. Push forward. That is something that we support one another in our memberships a lot when it comes to that kind of stuff, because we all know how it is. All right, let's try to make this a little bit brighter. Let's bring in a little bit more white. Let's see if we can just kind of touch on some of these with some more white. Okay. I might put a little leaf in here. I feel like it's empty right there. But for now, we're going to switch back over and we are going to, let's see, we're going to try to make, I'm going to grab some red, some magenta. I'm just using the colors that I have, some black. I'm using the colors that I have on my palette, some blue. And I'm going to make a really, really dark, almost like a maroon color. And I'm going to come in here. You know what? I'm going to switch paintbrushes because this paintbrush is a little bit too difficult for me to get in those small areas. So I'm going to go with a smaller one. And we're going to make that center have that really dark, those really dark vibes right in the center. So you can really tell now that it is kind of looking like a pansy, right? So I'm just using like a small angle brush just to get in there, just a little bit tighter, right up in there. And let me see. But I'm also going to come back with some more of my yellow right in the center. Maybe yellow and white together. There we go. All right. I'm liking that. I'm going to grab some green. Let's see. I'm going to make some green with the colors I have out here. I have blue and yellow, and I'm going to just kind of make a few more leaves through here just to give it a little more fullness. And I think that's it. I'm not going to do any more. All right, and then we need to write something on our little signs. So I think I'm going to use a Posca marker. Let's see what this is. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I have a white Posca pen. And I know I want one of them to say love grows here. So I'm going to do that right here. Just a basic, I mean, nothing special. Love. Let me see. Love. I'm going to make the love really big. I'm going to try script and see how I do. So these pens that I have, this is called Posca, Posca. They have acrylic paint in them, and they have all different tips. You can buy a thick tip, a thin tip, and every once in a while I use them just to like accentuate some of my paintings. And I'm talking really low because I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. I'm making my letters a little thicker on the left side. And this is a piece of wood, by the way, if you were wondering what I'm painting on. This is a piece of wood. I'll show you what it is in just a minute. I bought it from Hobby Lobby. Those cradle boards. That's what this is right here. Okay, so one side is going to say love grows here, and the other side, what do y'all want it to say? I got a little sign. I wet my plants. Put bloom on the other one. I like the bloom. I do like the bloom. Is there anything that you can't do? You're too cute, Miss Cindy. Trying to paint loose. I think I almost need Jen. I want to paint that beautiful cottage I saw in your short clips of the recent painting, the one with the ivy and the stone. Oh, I painted that one day. I painted this one day. It was one of my days of I just want to paint for myself, and this one is the one you're talking about. I love this one. I never I never did it as a tutorial, but that would be a great tutorial, wouldn't it? I love that one too. Thank you very much for saying that. Kelly said that. No, Janet said that. Okay. Okay, so what are we putting? Love that cottage. Thank you. Put bloom on the other one. I do look like bloom. Do y'all want to do bloom? I'm just going to make some big letters. Let's see how I'm going to fit bloom on here. I'm just going to do skinny so that it fits. B L. Oh no, I can go O O. Okay. And then I'm just gonna make them a little thicker. I'm trying not to put my hand down because of the paint. So I'm a little shaky because I'm not resting my arm down on anything. The paint's still wet underneath me. So I'm trying to be really careful. Okay. All right. So what do y'all think? What else do we have to do? I think it's pretty much done now. I'm liking it. So I'm going to pull off all of this tape and show you what I used to create this. This tape's been on here forever, so no telling how much of it's actually going to come off. Well, that one I'm giving a little trouble. Let's try the other side. There we go. Almost done, and then you'll see how much more beautiful it is without all this blue tape on the edges. All right, so there we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So that is the piece that I wanted to work on today, and I'm glad I did. This is one of those boards that you buy, the MDF boards, Hobby Lobby. And I'm guessing this is about a 10 by 20. Not quite 10 by 20. Sorry, I just knocked the thing. Let's see. I have a little ruler right here. This is 12. So this is 12 inches deep. And then the width is, that's 12. And then another 7. So it's 19 inches wide and 12 inches deep. And that's what I used to make this. So y'all, I'm so glad that y'all came on today with me to just do a little touch-up paint and see what's going on in the Den with Jen. And I hope you come back every first and third Wednesday. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what we're working on or what I'm working on in my art studio. And remember, if you still want to join our den or our mini den. We are still open for one more day, and we would love to have you join us. And I'm just checking the comments really quick before I go. Thank y'all so much for saying that it is beautiful. You're welcome, Miss Cecile. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming on and being a part of what I have to offer. And I think I've answered all of your questions. I'm not seeing any questions, so that's a good thing. If there's not a lot of questions, then that means that I'm doing my job, right? All right. All right. Sounds good. Christine says, I hope we paint something similar like this. Yes, I hope we do too. All right, guys. We will see you soon, and y'all have a great day, and we'll talk later. Love you all. Bye.